welcome to Raise Sensation. I'm your host, Dan, and in this episode, I am going to be looking at issue number 9 of the Men's Adventure Quarterly. And this is edited by Robert Dice and Bill Cunningham. Now, I've mentioned this magazine before. I've also mentioned the books, Robert Dice and Wyatt Doyle. So there's that name, Robert Dice again. They have the New Texture. Puts out a bunch of books in the Men's Adventure Library. And that's not all they put out. There's some other New Texture stuff. But they're doing all these Men's Adventure Library books. And, you know, these generally have a theme to them. Like this one's on sharks. Duh. And, you know, so various things there. And like I said, I've done some videos on them, and I've mentioned them in passing quite a lot. I definitely think you should check out some of these, some of their books. Again, go to New Texture or go to the Men's Adventure Library. menspulpmags.com. That's their web, the Bob Dice's website. So anyway, the difference between those books and the Men's Adventure Quarterly is the Men's Adventure Quarterly might have an overall theme that runs through the magazine, but it covers all different things having to do with the Men's Adventure Quarterly. So like this one is CROC Attack. Now, I love animal attack stories. You know, that was my favorite. I liked cryptozoology things, and they did a book on that. But those did not happen. That's for once in a blue moon. And but the animal attack ones happen more often. I used to love to read those. You know, I would even sometimes, I knew people who had Field and Stream magazine and you know, or something like those or similar things. And when I'd be at those people's houses, I'd flip through because every once in a while they'd have an animal attack story too. But anyway, so this is issue 9, CROC Attack. So as usual, they're reprinting story from the Men's Sweat mags, the Men's Adventure mags, and lots of artwork to go along with it. And there's a lot of other things covered in this too, as you might be able to tell from this pages of content thing, including there's an article on Men's Adventure Down Under, which is, you know, could mean a lot of things. In this case, it means Men's Adventure magazines from down in Australia. So they cover a lot of, here's this is like the news kind of thing. And they're covering Max Allan Collins. He's been writing mysteries, men's, you know, paperback type mysteries for a very long time. He did a detective comic when those weren't very popular at all. He was Mystery. I've read a few of these. Some of the Collins books are pretty good. Once in a while, I hit one that I think is kind of he's going over some well covered territory, but basically, Collins is usually worth reading. The Avenging CROC. So here's a little introduction where he talks about some of the stuff that's going to be in this issue. And then the Avenging Crocodile, about a crocodile that's smart enough to take revenge on the people who've wronged him. I love that guy's hat. That's a weird little one. Give Me Back My Arm. This is a funny one too. I mean, it's not funny, but I mean, it's the author is you know, having hand to hand with a shark. It's written so tersely that it kind of feels a little, and that makes it feel over the top. The fact that it's so underwritten makes it feel a little bit over the top. Here's a bunch of great Man Against Nature covers. You know, like I said, there were other things in the Men's Adventure magazines besides crocodiles. Here's the book, the story I was talking about, Give Me Back My Arm. thrilling adventure in 4 pages. This ad looks very much like the build your own atomic submarine ads that always appeared in the comics too. So like I said, here's some other things. Here's a brief look at some oh, that is a great shot there. Very nice. And this is a nice long, that's a longer story for these collections, really. This is the one about the men's adventure magazines in Australia. I haven't read that one yet. It'll be fun to read that one. There's an ad for the new texture books. A little bit of, this is my bloody battle with a CROC. These great old ads. So, I don't want to give away all the great, man, that is a lot of fun. I don't want to give away all the great art in this, but aside from those, here's another blood for the crocodiles. There they're showing some comic stuff that has a tie into this. I was looking for, oh, here it is. So this is really cool. The Women of the Astounding She-Monster. So this is an article on some models. And the claim to fame of this movie, The Astounding She-Monster, which was an absolutely zero budget, terrible movie. But that's a great cover, and some more great movie posters. So anyway, I thought I'd point that out, and just lots more great stuff. Here's an article on crocodile movies. So, like I said, I love their publications. Some of the Men's Adventure Quarterlies, like the war story ones, not as big a fan of those issues. But even those I pick up because I pick up all their stuff. They do great work. I highly recommend it, especially if you're an animal attacks freak like me.